pile, thank you. Gold pile, thank you. Gold pile, thank you. 3 gold piles.
The soul jar stands on its plinth, glowing softly. From within,
Lay a hand on the
you
surface
can
of the jar.
almost you see, or rather, you feel a far-off land. Frozen breath hangs in the air. Pine needles brush your cheeks, and in your arms you can feel a weight. A body, dead. But you have hope. Your vision swims. You're older, but perhaps not wiser. You march at the head of a shambling host, the enemies of Brachus Rex melting before you. The scene twists again.
Okay.
Now Brachus stands before you, a beautiful woman at his side. You lash out in treasonous rage, but cold arms bind you. You're sealed away in a tower. Your screams fill the darkness.
Jesus.
You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the vault. Your hand falls from the jar and grips the pillar as you try to calm your ragged breathing.
Absorb the soul. No. We're giving these to Britannia.
The necromancer's memories fade to black, but the feelings remain.
I'd forgive the soul. Punishment must fit the crime. This doesn't. Yeah.
The memories of a necromancer.
Anyone who marches at the head of an undead host deserves whatever punishment they get.
Okay.
One must wonder how many more lives they took, how much more misery the scum caused.
Okay, so you don't agree with me. Alright. Take all the rest of them.
The jar on the plinth before the pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient empire turning their backs on you, casting you out into the wilderness. As you roam, the human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. Brachus Rex.
Whoa, shit.
He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scales one by one, stripping you down to the bone. He promised you a crown, but all you got was shackles.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that Brachus's promises are pretty much hollow.
You try to fight, try to reclaim what's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower. He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong.
This is your new home now.
Your hand drops away from the soul jar. Your skin prickling. In the back of your mind, you hear a small, scared voice whimper before fading to nothing.
So the jar into the backpack.
The long-dead lizard's visions fade.
Such selfishness, such unneeded pain, disgusting. Committing these crimes out of pain, not malice. You ought to be forgiven. Again, forgiveness.
This is the price of pride.
Oh my
No
god.
amount of loneliness excuses wickedness.
What?
Wow, you guys are really unforgiving, aren't you? Excuse me.
This jar glitters and glows. From within, you think you can make out the distant sound of laughter. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink.
Okay.
The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape.
Jesus.
As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar, your head swimming.
Again, back into the backpack. Now you guys are going to say, no, they deserved it, didn't they? I can do the work and condemn the necromancer's cowardice and greed. So any sins can be forgiven under the right circumstances. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I'm assuming the other three don't share that.
I've rarely seen such cowardice.
Keeping the dead as slaves. What a disgrace.
Being locked in a tower was more kindness than any
Yeah, okay. Alright.
The
Seeing a
jar before
pattern.
you may
Seeing
have
a
looked
pattern.
opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana.
Aha!
As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you
Gratiana's
see
soul.
a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull.
Someone's got a past, someone's got a history. They don't want anyone to know. Oh no.
A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped.
Damn.
As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Well, putting that one in the backpack, and you're going to be confronting Britannia about it for sure.
The terrible vision fades.
Britannia used the pain and death of others for a pleasure. She should be damned till the end of time. No one is beyond forgiveness. Whatever a sin, she can always redeem herself. Which is what she's trying to do with the sanctuary she's got going on. That's what I mean. Like, you give people a reason and give people a reason to be forgiven, and they'll be forgiven. Like, you got to give them something, you know. Rehabilitation. It's all about that.
While she lived a selfish life, she seems to have repented. She should be forgiven.
Right, okay, so you won't forgive anyone else, but Britannia, who, like, could be argued did the worst out of all of them, because you know Britannia, because you have a history, you've got some sort of rapport with Britannia, we should forgive her. Yeah, see, yeah, I'm picking up some slight hints of hypocrisy with my group, with my party, and you should think about that, all of you. You should think about what you're saying, okay? Just, yeah.
Whatever a person may have done in life, they can always be redeemed.
But the others couldn't. Like you just said, like a minute ago, not even, about the other. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
However her life began, it ended well. No one should be damned because of their youth.
No, but the others should be. Like,